Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Sunshine Brown. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. A little quieter, just a little bit. Okay, welcome to Sunshine Brown. Welcome. Welcome. I'm gonna be really quick, okay? I got about another 6 minutes. This is part two. So I want to dig in and let you know. This is part two of what I was originally saying on part one, okay? So I want to give you an example of what I mean, okay? So one of the things they do is, say for example, you work at a certain place or whatever, wherever you work, it doesn't matter. You understand? It doesn't have to be a certain place. But I'm going to tell you something about my truth. Okay. So one of the things that made me, stand and move in the way that I did is because it was not just happening to me; it was happening to several people. But I noticed there were some new people that had. Started working at the job that I was working at, and they came in as managers, okay? And this is what I noticed. I noticed there were a lot of different things that were happening that never happened before, okay? That never happened before. It was a little weird. I noticed they were sending certain people to me to try to get um, maybe whatever they were order was or what they were picking up or whatever, they wanted to pay lower. So they were even trying those type of games. They wanted to pay a lower rate for them. And I'm thinking, like, I've never dealt with this. So where is all this coming from? Okay. And naturally, these were traveling criminals that do this kind of thing. This is how their little crime ring work. They actually, belong to certain groups, and they go into your job wherever they're targeting you at. They start working in your job, at your job. They do all these different things. Okay, but I am sharing one particular thing that I witnessed. Okay, for example. I'm just gonna get to it, okay? Like I heard one of the ladies say, I overheard people talking about something, and I was like, what are you guys talking about? But this is what they were saying, okay? This is what they were saying. I overheard. Now, I'd already told them about the trafficking thing and warned them about several things over the years about people, the groups that was around me. Those people were also people that were trafficking. And I'm talking about the part of the trafficking where they're actually snatching kids and things like that. What did I hear at that particular job? I heard one of the employees say she was telling another person, yeah, they're charging $30,000 per child. And I asked her, I said, excuse me, what did you just say? And how would you know that? Is what I'm thinking. Okay? But I knew to end my conversation with her of asking her anything and to get away from her. And I said to the person she was talking to, did you hear what she said? How would she know that? So I said something to them. But anyway, make a long story short, that young lady was also stealing money and everything. Okay? Having other people have to sign their name on the dotted line, but she was the one stealing people's money. Weird stuff, okay? Let's keep going. There was also some things that came up where, I noticed like this one girl. She was very kind to me. Beautiful spirit, real quiet, but very kind. She seemed really kind and quiet, which I thought was okay. Which I didn't have a problem with that. That was good. But I noticed she was particularly quiet for even her job title. Okay, like to be a manager, like she was just really quiet, but kind, but not assertive or anything like that. Like But I must say, if there was ever a problem, I could tell her, and she was, okay. But the thing that was very strange, this same new manager, when I finally moved out the neighborhood that I had to practically run out and leave all of my things behind. Listen to what I'm saying. When I was targeted and noticed that I was being targeted and people were acting like they wanted to kill me, and I ran and I left out of that neighborhood, I noticed, now I'm still at that job. Okay, I was still at the job. But I noticed that, we had to get a home, right? Which we stayed in that home for some years. But the funny thing is, guess who moves across the street from me and buys the house? So I'm letting you know, these people were actually buying houses. The people that were gang stalking me and doing different things, they were buying houses near me, just buying them. Okay? Honey, she bought a house across the street from me, this new manager. Wait a minute, hold up. Didn't acknowledge that she knew me or anything. This is what I mean. Even when my neighbor introduced us, I knew her from somewhere, right? But God has a way of dealing with me where I don't know why he does that. Like a lot of times, and I'm sure somebody else could say this is real, because it does. I'm sure if he's did it for me, he's protected you too, right? Sometimes you don't remember the person until they walk away. Like you know them, but the Lord has a way of blocking, right? Blocking things where that you'll go. As soon as they walk away, you remember exactly who they are. So when my neighbor introduced us, she was like, oh, she was acting really weird, like, but she knew exactly who I was. Let me tell you something. You meet me and you work with me, you ain't gonna forget me, baby. I don't know why people lie, pretend, do whatever they do. It's not gonna happen. All right? Because I'm going to tell you something. Usually when I'm on the scene, there's no other person like me. I just light it up. Okay? Just tell you how it goes. Okay? And it's not anything that I try to do. It's just my natural way of living and who I am. All right? Come on now. Not a Debbie Downer. Don't deal with Debbie Downers. Try to run away from them. I'm the totally opposite of all of that. Okay? So here it is. But that lady moved across the street from me. And actually bought the house across the street from me. And guess what? Those cars, those workers were coming and going. Okay? So people talk a lot about how people use energy weapons. When I stayed in that house, they were definitely using energy weapons. And it's funny how the people would rotate. Okay? People will rotate. Pull up like they're it was definitely a workhouse. They weren't just living there, it was also a workhouse. So, yes, when you hear people explaining to you the different things that are done, they do it all. Not to mention, we were also poisoned in the house. Where people poison our food. I never really talked a lot about it because I was doing the investigation to see where it came from. A lot of celebrities live right around the corner. Okay? Lived right up the hill around the corner. Okay? We went through some very real things. People are targeted. And this is the thing, your fellow policemen, city people, all these people, they know about it, and what they want you to do is run around and complain, and you go from this person to that person. Oh, somebody did something to me, and they all ignore you, and you're not getting anything resolved. It's like when I went to the courthouse. I went to the courthouse to let the lady know, where you get the info, you're filing things or whatever. And the black lady down through the doorway, she hurried up standing, trying to see what I was doing. So they work in circles. These people work in groups, circles, things like that. So it's been a lot. It's been a journey. It's been a lot. A lot of churches were involved. And what do they say? Repent, right? They say repent. And they say always go to your brother and sister and make it right. And no one did that in no way, nowhere. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Now, we don't have to be perfect. We're not perfect, okay? We're not perfect. We have a lot of people that are leaders of all kinds of stuff. They don't do right. They don't do right. They don't do right. And they keep on going like nothing happened. Like absolutely nothing happened. And knowing they were in the wrong. I never knew churches did witch hunts. And they'll call it something else, baby. It's a witch hunt. That's what you're doing. trying to gang stalk and drive people crazy and feel like you have the right to do it. Bad business. Bad business. It's called hate crimes. Hate crimes. So you running a real church or a fake church? Are you just up putting on or whatever? You don't mislead the flock. You don't have the flock doing things for your own personal gain, your own personal whatever, right? Yeah. Okay, this is my part two. I just want to tell you that real quick. And that was very real because I was like, whoa, you mean to tell me they so confident in stalking me and doing me like they do me? You gonna buy the house right across the street from me? That is unheard of. Did so watching you in your house. Got cameras up. They did it all, baby. Yes. Thank you.